morning. Welcome to my Tireside chat. It's Friday, February 21st, 2025. I'm on my way to work. I haven't made one of these videos yet. Again, it's been sparse, me making these videos. Sparse. I'm already on the 41 to 168 interchange. So you've missed most of me cussing. It's 7:15 in the morning. Actually, traffic's not too bad yet, but as always, the Fresno area is rife with stupid drivers. Anyway, just thought I'd check in. We've been back in the house for almost 2 weeks. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks. We had 2 weekends full of moving, getting things set up. I've still got more stuff to do at the house. I got myself a new desk, which I'm excited about. Instead of I had this old kind of hand-me-down, just a single, straight, simple desk that I'm trying to remember. Oh, where did I get that from? I think I got it. I've had it for like 12 years. I think I had it at work for a while. When I worked at Barracuda in the Fresno office. But I don't think that's where I originally got it from. I think I got it from somewhere, and then I was keeping it there at the office. I had 2 of them, and they gave one to somebody else. Anyways, it's just a really simple, straight desk with a single drawer underneath, the front for pens and things. But what I needed, what I really was looking for, was an L desk for that area in my living room, because I have that desk right now, and then I've just been using like this little Costco table for kind of like a workstation setup, because I'll have my regular computer and everything that goes along with that, and then separately I kind of have a separate work area where I'm like building other computers or working on crypto projects or repairing things or whatever. That's kind of like my workbench, but it's nice to have that other side over there, plus some cabinets for storage that are built in. And then I did wind up going with a hutch that goes on top of the one side that should look really nice. It'll look nice and provide ample storage for all my stuff that I need over there. So I'm excited about that. I'm not excited about having to assemble it. I've been doing nothing but assembling furniture these past couple of weeks, and it's going to be the death of me. I don't mind assembling furniture. It saves money, but it takes time. I probably should just pay for assembly, but I've got to clear my old desk out of the way first, and all the stuff that's there. I'm going to move that elsewhere in the living room or somewhere, all that stuff, so I can build this other desk. It's going to be like a half-day long project. I have that, and then I've got my dresser still. Anyways, so there's that stuff. I've got a mounted TV in the bedroom. What else? I had a couple other projects. There's other stuff. There's lots of things that still need to happen. We got some new gardeners that came this week that were incredibly better than the gardener we used to have, and we're actually paying. Before we were paying $50 a visit, but these people were paying $40 a visit. They did a fantastic job. They showed up with a crew of 3 people in like the trailer with all the professional equipment, which the last guy was just some dude by himself, and like I asked him to trim down. There's a tree stump, one of the trees that we had cut down at one point, and I asked him to if he could cut that down as far as he could, because it was sticking out like a couple feet in the front yard, and he tried and he got some of it, and then he's like, oh, my chainsaw died and I don't have a decent chainsaw, and then he just never finished it. So there's a bunch of stuff like that. These new gardeners, I'm happy to have a yard that looks nice. Again, they're actually going to fix the sprinklers for me, which I've always done myself. I didn't want to about that. That's good. Still working with the insurance company on some stuff. I'm still waiting for some paperwork from my old landlord from the rental property, basically just regarding PG&E charges while we were there and what we owe her for PG&E. We need like a final statement from her with the last bill, and actually I can turn around and give that to the insurance company and say, because we were in that house, which was a 2,700 square foot, 2-story, older house that wasn't insulated that well. Like I think like just parts of the house, they had newer windows, and like the front half of the house still had like the original single pane. I don't know, original. The house was built in 1929, but needless to say, the power bills in that house, I think the worst one was like for December or January, and it was like $1,200, $1,300, and the agreement with the landlord, they said that they would give an abatement of the first $300 a month, because they have a pool and a hot tub, and that's automatically, they've got, it's set to, they've got the automatic cleaner and all that, and so they covered part of that, but still, we were, anything beyond that $300 a month, we were on the hook for. And the nice thing is, we just have to take that difference and go back to the insurance company and say, hey, compared to our last year in our house, this is an extra added expense compared to what we would have been paying had we been at home. And when I went back and looked, so the total, not including this last month, so just the previous 4 months, the total that we owed outside of what the abatement already was just under $3,000 for 4 months of PG&E at that house. And I expect this next bill, our part, to be like another $1,000. So it's gonna be like $4,000. But for like those first 4 months, I went back and compared our bills from the previous year, which conveniently, thank God, we had solar turned on at that point. $3,000 at the rental house compared to $456 at our house. So the insurance company has to reimburse us for the difference. And I called our adjuster yesterday and just confirmed that. He was like, yeah, as soon as you have all the paperwork, send that to me and I'll add that to what we owe you. So we didn't get our deposit back from the landlord because she's taking all of this out of the deposit as expected. So I'm gonna have to write her another check or send her a Venmo or PayPal or whatever for the added. It's gonna be like $600 on top of the deposit for the rest of the PG&E. But we'll get that. We're gonna get most of that back from the insurance company, so that's cool. What else? All that's going on. We're gonna go over to my good friend Ben Andrada's house tonight, not to play music, but they too have been obsessed with the new show Severance on Apple TV, and so we're going over and having another watch party. They came over to our house actually when we were still at the rental house and watched an episode 2 weeks ago. We had dinner and then we watched an episode, so we're gonna go over there tonight, so that'll be fun. And then tomorrow we are I'm actually having a band practice again for the first time in a couple months. I was doing this thing with Taylor and Eric, and we're planning on playing at Porch Fest in is that April? I think it's April. April or May? I think it's April. We're planning on playing Porch Fest, and we had kind of like half a set already, roughly worked out. But yeah, I was just so busy dealing with all the house stuff and everything. I just did not have spare time to have rehearsals, and I'm finally, I told them, I say, hey, maybe once we're back in the house and things are kind of settled, then we can start having rehearsals again, and I can focus more on music and fun things. I haven't had, man, like our whole lives has just been like go to work and then come home, deal, and simultaneously deal with insurance and planning for moving back into the house, and then actually spending time moving crap and moving things to storage and sorting through boxes and building furniture, and occasionally sitting down on the couch and watching TV for 30 minutes before going to bed and sleeping for longer than I would normally would. Just being exhausted all the time and barely ever having time for anything fun. So I've got to sneeze. Excuse me. All right, well, I'm at work. I'm gonna go inside and do some work. It's Friday. Hopefully things have calmed down here today. It's been like some drama at work too that I've not been happy about. It's just stupid stuff. I'm not gonna go into it right now. Mostly it's fine. It's fine. But and the whole cryptocurrency thing is, it's still not great. It was pretty bad. It's bounced back a little bit today on a Friday, which is somewhat promising. Bitcoin is still, there's half of the people in crypto that are saying that we're in a bear market now, and half that are like, no, this is just a temporary pause while things get sorted out with the Fed and everything that's going on with Trump and relations with other countries and the macroeconomic factors. If we were in a bear market, I don't think that Bitcoin would still be 95,000 to 100,000. It would be down to 70 or 80 or something. It would have really dropped off by now. So the altcoins are still not great, but I had a couple this morning that bounced back like 20% from where they were yesterday. So I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. Thankfully, I'm not in the red like a lot of people. There's people that started investing last year that are down now like 50-75% from where they were last year. I'm down quite a bit from December as well, but compared to where I was a year and a half ago, I'm still up quite considerably. So I'm not too worried at this point. I think it's fine. All right, that's it. Going inside now. Have a great day, everyone.